How to write a feminine dating profile to attract your husband. So if you are ready to date, but you just don't know where to start, or you are feeling fed up with dating apps, you're feeling disillusioned with dating apps, and you're ready to give up, then you guys or you women are the reasons I've made this video. So I want you to take on the idea that your husband is out there looking for you now. In fact, I don't believe it's an idea. I think it's just a reality. Your husband is out there looking for you, the woman you are. And my job and the job of this video and our job together is to keep you visible so he can find you. And what we want is for you to have a dating profile that will attract the kind of guys that you really want to date. And also we want your dating profile to repel anybody who you don't want to date. I don't want you to have to sift through tons and tons of guys who just are not right for you. We want to be able to attract guys who are right for you. Now, the realities of dating, yes, there are many, many, many men out there online dating, and many of them will not be a good match for you, and you will not be a good match for them. However, having a really great, clear, fabulous dating profile that's simple and direct and clear and really reflects you is going to give you the best chance of being really visible to your man. So he spots you and goes, there she is. I want her. She's the one for me. So the first thing to do when you are putting together your dating profile, you want to do a bit of groundwork. So first of all, I want you to pull together your qualities. Like, just think about, like, how would you describe yourself? Ask friends and family, like people who know you really well and really like you, and you know people who love you and will see you in a really great light, and just ask them, how would you describe me? And that's going to give you some real insights, because in your dating profile, you will have lots of prompts to answer. And you can use all of this information in the prompts, but also normally you get a little bio section and you can put something about yourself. So say, for example, you you are an extrovert, or you love dancing, or you just laugh a lot, or you just are very tearful when it comes to movies, or you are just very kind or sensitive, or you just got a total soft spot for dogs, and wherever you go, you just want to cuddle every dog you pass. We want to be able to express those qualities. And the next one, I'm just looking at my notes here, is you want to gather information about what you are up for in life, like what your passions are, what your hobbies are, even it doesn't have to be big, huge things like climbing mountains and surfing, even though it can be, and that's great. But it also can be, sitting in the little nook in your house reading. Maybe you're an introvert and you just love reading and just sitting with a cat on your lap and having a cup of cocoa. Really, remember, your man is looking for you. He's not looking for someone more exciting and adventurous. He's not looking for someone more extroverted or more introverted. He is looking for you. So what we want to do is express you. So when you pull out your qualities of, excitable, giggly, sarcastic, whatever these qualities you have. And then all of that information you've gathered about the things you love to do and what's important to you, your values, just gather all those together. And then in your little bio section, you could say something like paddleboarding, giggly, bookworm. I feel really free when I'm out on the water. But what we want is just to express you. The third one is get clear exactly what it is you want. Like, why are you on this goddamn dating site? Not just for fun. You're not just there to hang out. You are there for a reason. So we want to get really, really clear what it is you are there for. Are you there for marriage and kids and starting a family? Well, likely you are if you were drawn to the title of this video. However, maybe you are looking for someone to travel with. Maybe you are looking for a partner. Maybe you never want to live with someone ever again. Maybe you've been married and you've got your own home and you just want a partner to spend time with in each other's homes and traveling to. Whatever it is, we want you to own it, girl, because we really want you to get the relationship you want. And also we need to be not afraid to state that. So if you are a very strict vegan and you could never be in a house with someone who cooks meat, you got to state that. If you are a total cat lover or you are allergic to cats, you got to say that. There are things that you are up for and there are things that are a definite no for you. So what we can do is be really, really super clear on your profile about that. 4 is don't give him instructions on how he should be. Now, this is really, really important. And it took me a while to learn this when I was dating. But I would say don't instruct him on how he should be. So you might see sometimes people's profiles or even coaches recommending you do this on profiles saying, you should be, or I'm looking for a man who is, you're somebody who will plan fun dates, or you are somebody who likes to buy his woman flowers every week. Now, what we want is for a guy to show up as he truly is, like just as he is. What we don't want to do is to train a guy to be really well behaved in the first couple of months, because quite often people will just go back to their default way of behaving. So you might think, oh, great, this guy, he's got all of these things that I really want. But also it may well be he's just on his best behavior. You've given him the clues of how he should behave to get you hooked to him. And it may be no malevolent thing he's doing, but you've just given him the clues. So I'm going to give you some prompt examples, notes I've got here. So on the dating sites, you will have various prompts. One of them on Hinge and probably some of the other sites are, I'll fall for you if ... Now, what I would not want you to put is really very much about him. So I wouldn't want you to say, I'll fall for you if you love to plan fun dates. Because any guy could just do that. He could just plan fun dates for a few weeks, for a few months, and then he drops off and then you're disappointed. Instead, I would want you to put, I'll fall for you if I feel warm and relaxed in your company. That is all about you rather than about him, but it's about how he makes you feel. So you're not telling him what to do that will make you feel relaxed and warm, because we don't want to instruct him. We want him to just show up. And then if you're dating a guy and he does some lovely things and you do feel good and you feel warm and relaxed, then you tell him. You tell him that how his actions impact you. Another example of a prompt example, because I think these examples are really going to help you. I'll boast about you to my friends if ... Now, I don't want you to put, if you buy me flowers and pull out my chair. Now, those are all nice to have. It's lovely when a guy buys flowers and it's lovely when he pulls out your chair. But you don't want him just to be doing that on date 1 and 2, 3, 4, then he sleeps with you and then he kind of stops doing it. You don't want that. You want to see, is a man naturally chivalrous? Does he naturally want to do that? And then you appreciate him for doing it. Another one you could say, I'll boast about you to my friends if ... I feel admiration and respect for the kind of man you are. Now you can word it any way you like, but you're going to boast about him to your friends if he's the kind of guy you go, I love how he shows up in the world. I love how he speaks about his ex-wife. It's so kind. I love how much of a priority his kids are. Or I love, the way he, helped this elderly guy who couldn't read the menu on the other page or, on the other table. So do you see? You get to see who he is, because you're not telling him this is what I admire about a man. But what you're saying is, I'll boast about you to my friends, excuse me, if I feel admiration and respect for the kind of man you are. Can you see? I hope you're getting the gist of this. Another prompt example, I think these prompt examples are really important. What you should know about me is ... And what I would love you to put on these kind of prompts is you slip in the information about the relationship you want. What you should know about me is I'm here for the whole cake, love, marriage, family, the whole shebang. Or you could say, I'm here for the whole happy ever after, the fairy tale, love, marriage, family. I'm here for it all. Nothing less. There's something sassy and straight and real about that. And a guy who is open to that, looking for that, is going to love your confidence. You may even add, so if you're a casual kind of guy, I'm not going to be your girl. But if you're a hell yeah to a life together with someone, then, So do you see? You can really just share what you want in a way that is playful, fun, sassy, but straight. Really, really straight. Now, 5, photos. Photos are really, really important because if we think about your husband is looking for you. Now, think about the kind of man you're looking for. You're looking for a guy who's got some emotional intelligence. He's got some kindness. He's got some discernment about the kind of partner. Maybe he's a really good communicator. He is looking in, and your husband is going to be looking for a future wife and mother of his children. Now, in the main, what you're going to really want are photos of you looking elegant and classy. So I would say, don't put the bikini shots in. You don't even have to have tons of photos of you dressed up to go out for a night out. Now, a photograph of you looking lovely is great. So I would say have some headshots. And these are just selfies or photos you've had with friends. So some headshots. And if you've got friends in the pictures, you want to fuzz out their face. You don't want guys kind of eyeing up your friends rather than you. So you fuzz out their face or you crop the photo. And then you want some full length. Guys are visual creatures, and we need for them to be able to see your body shape. And it's really important that your photos aren't really old. Like if you are much lighter now, like you've lost weight, don't put earlier photos or vice versa. If you've put on a lot of weight, put recent photos, because as I said before, men are aesthetic creatures. And if a guy is very, very keen on curvy women and you no longer have those curves, then he's not going to be as attracted to you. And you're going to start the date off with him feeling annoyed. Exactly the same the other way around. If your photos of you slimmer, which this is normally the way around women do this, then, if you were slimmer in your photos and now you're curvier, get some curvy photos, because you don't want a guy showing up to a date expecting a slender woman because that's his preference. He's going to feel annoyed and frustrated. And it's not a good way to start the date. So your photos need to be real, and they can be of you doing just everyday things. Some of my favorite photos that my clients showed me and we put on their dating profiles of them, I don't know, maybe sat with their dog, no makeup on, just sat smiling with an ice cream, really just everyday photos. So don't be afraid, and photos of you doing things you love, out on your paddleboard, out walking your dog. Photograph of the latest book you with the latest book you're reading. So your dating profile is kind of the outer things you do. That is your outer work. It's how you're presenting yourself on the outside. And that is going to impact the kind of guys who are drawn into your world. Okay. Now, let's get real. You are still going to have guys who don't read your profile, who see your gorgeous photos, and they're just looking for something casual. But what I always say is just send them on with love. Just let them go with love. everyone on a dating site is looking for some kind of connection, but it's not always the connection you're looking for. But it will really help you if you just let them go with love rather than waste your energy getting annoyed with them. So as I said, we get to do the outer work, the words you use in your dating profile, how you present yourself. But if you want to just take a first step or even the next step into the inner work, I've got a free audio training. I will link it below, the 5 keys to having the love you want. And that starts you on the inner work, the things to change up the kind of men that you normally attract. Is about shifting your energy. Okay. And when your energy shifts on the inside, how you show up is quite different. And the results that show up on the outside start to change magically. So the work that we do here on this channel is about the inner work and the outer work, because the combination of the two really creates the magic changes in life that I know you're here for. So the outer work is everything we've been talking about, how you choose your words in your dating profile, how you present yourself out there. But also the inner work is going to help you sort of work through or work past or not repeat those old habits and patterns that have had you having the same old relationships again and again. So if you're wanting something new and something incredible and something great, then we want to do that outer work with your dating profile, but we also want to do some inner work. So if you want to take the first step into that, or if you are already diving into personal development and you just want to take the next step, then I've got a totally free training, the 5 keys to having the love you want. And it's a great place to start. I'm going to link it below. And however you do your inner work is just to, when you are shifting on the inside, the energy and vibe you radiate on the outside changes, and the results you get on the outside change, and the kind of men you attract changes, and something really magic starts to happen. And once you feel it, everything changes.